somehow through the kind of internet it comes to you as a job offer. So your character, I suppose, in terms of how I see him, he's kind of very calm, very sort of like, quite chilled guy. But when it comes to business, he's very switched on. But in terms of like his demeanour and his the way he carries himself, he's very sort of calm, controlled, but confident.
You said like he's very calm.
Yeah.
Is he sort of very? He's always very professional and.
Like he's sort of focused. He's kind of he knows what he's got to do.
That's right.
And he just does it in a kind of very sort of measured, controlled way.
Okay.
Yeah. We've just finished day one.
That's right.
So how did you think it went today, Jeff?
I think it went really brilliant. Feels natural to me, so yeah.
It was strange for us to think that this man was trying to heal him using his hands.
Cut. Well done, Ellie.
Thank you.
Lovely
guys.
work. This is the last storyboard.
Woo!
Just finished with that. So that was day 2 of Strange Days. I'll probably have to lower myself
Yeah,
one in
no,
the
I was
shot.
gonna-
Yeah, you don't. If you
No,
lower,
I
you
don't
won't be in
need
the
to.
shot. No. Well done today, Ellie.
Thank you very much.
You did very well. I'm going to go and lie down now because my brain is
Love it.
completely frozen. Yes.
Get some
All right.
coffee.
Thank you.
Gross.
How's it going, Lewis?
It's going alright. It's slightly surreal scenario. Like Ellie's sleeping, we're dreaming about sleeping. It's interesting using footage of actors acting within the scene, obviously, interacting with it.
Yeah.
It's very complicated, but I think it looks good. It's very early in the morning. The scenes we're doing are from the Follow Me section, which is kind of at the beginning of the movie. What it would be like, if someone just starts following you. It's a bit weird, but very exciting. I feel like I just want to go back to bed, but some scratch mirrors, old phones. It's all really just to create a bit of atmosphere, because I mean we're shooting everything in one room essentially today, so it's trying to take this space and make it as interesting as possible. Editing is a bit of a solitary job for me. It's one of those things where you have to almost take yourself away from everybody and just lock yourself away for days, weeks and months on end. Because I think when it's your film, when it's your idea, I think you've got to retain that integrity with the idea. And I think it's great to ask for advice and opinions, but I think if you're making a film, it's your film and it's very personal in terms of how you want the story to be portrayed. I think you have to almost isolate yourself, take yourself away from everything and just let the ideas flow, and one day after another the idea will develop and you'll get closer to where you really want it to be. You don't realise it, how much time is disappearing while you're doing it. That's why it takes so long, because you really just kind of immerse yourself into the project, and then you just have to piece it together like a puzzle. But sometimes the puzzle is a different shape to the one you had imagined, so you have to adapt the pieces to create a new image, and that's where the magic of the edit comes in, because you start to mix the ingredients together in a different way, and then you get those little eureka moments where you have something you hadn't imagined and you put it together and it really works. It's a really satisfying experience.
Because that one I'm in focus, the other one I'm more blurred out. Is that?
Yeah. What do you think about those? The difference between the two? Which one do you?
I think the other one's more mysterious, but obviously
the blurred one.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So if it's going to lead into the following, then that'll be cool, like artistically.
Yeah.
But then again, you can see my journey more on the other one, so I think either one.
A similar kind of thing to the water, where it's like distorting the image.
Yeah, sure.
A little bit. So it's trying to create atmosphere where your character is and where she's going. Like she's kind of in a kind of a maze or a kind of a web sort of scenario.
Music can completely transform a whole scene, but would you? Because I've heard of some editors who don't have it on at all until the very end, because they want the whole thing just to be visually effective and stuff as well.
No, I'm completely driven by the music.
That's cool. Yeah, that's a different way.
I could, for me personally, I could never edit a scene without the sound at some point, because the sound. Music has an emotion to it and an atmosphere. think the street day was. I probably enjoyed that the most because it was a nice day
lovely
as
day,
well. You know, it was
yeah.
a good crowd of people, and you know, it was like
It's fun, yeah.
3-4 hours. We got some really nice shots, some really good on-set photos.
Yeah, we did.
It was just generally like it was a really good day. It felt less. I felt less like pressure. I think because we were wandering.
Yeah.
But I think that was my fun. And I think the locations were all kind of cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. The graffiti was awesome.
And I think it shows you that you don't necessarily need a budget to find locations. You just need to have a good eye for things and look around you and see what's there.
Yeah.
Because there are interesting places everywhere.
It seems nowadays a lot of films are remakes and lack original ideas. How do you stay fresh?
I like to think my ideas have a bit of originality about them, but they're definitely influenced by films I've watched in my life, you know, things I've watched growing up and things even like TV or computer games or music or different aspects. So maybe that takes away originality, but I think it's just taking all your influences and then creating something new from those influences, which is, I don't worry about it necessarily trying to be original. I just try and come up with an idea that I think works. You know, story or settings, characters and those kind of things, and see where I go with it, really. How did you find working on the film, Jeff? Like, what was it like for first time filming?
Basically, because I've never really done any films before, so this is the first. I've done a few sort of just helping out sort of families. My mum does a local community thing.
Yeah.
Just helps out with some productions for that. But this is the first time I actually started something, and I thought it was a bit daunting at first because it's just trying to
something different.
I think the main thing is you've got to be relaxed in your role. I remember you first told me about Strange Days and got me involved. I was curious about where the idea came from, what inspired it.
The idea starts something very, very small. You're just building around it, building layers around it until it starts to have a bit of a character and a personality. So it's about technology in the film itself. It's about the Android phones and how they've kind of taken over the world, taken over people's lives, because it's all about how these characters are obsessed with the technology and how they communicate through the technology.
Yeah.
Social media, online dating, trolling, all these kind of things, and it was just a process of weeks where I took those concepts and I started to try and think how could I put them in a story that would make sense, where I could show all those, the obsession with people following you, the obsession with trying to get everything, quick fix society that we live in.
Okay. What's harder, would you say, getting started or being able to keep going whilst making the film?
I think getting started's easy because it's exciting. It's the process. You're beginning this idea, and it's you don't know where you're going with it, but it's that kind of like new project, new idea. That's really exciting. Filming's I enjoy it. I'm not sure how much I enjoy it compared to the other parts because it's more like it's work.
Yeah.
You have to plan it, you have to sort of organise it like a project management style, so it's quite a chore, but that's the only way you're going to get it, you have to film it that way. It's the two parts that are challenging are the editing process, the start and the end, because the start is hard because you've got so much material to go through, it's just like time consuming and quite dull, but then once you start to shape it together it gets really interesting, and then for a long period of time you really enjoy that process because that's the magic of making the film. You're just tweaking it, and you're not really you edit it for a day, you record it, you watch it, and then you make notes, and you repeat this process until it's finished, and this can go on for ages. And the problem with that is you're not watching the film for what it is.
Yeah.
You're just seeing it as pieces of footage, pieces of music, transitions, titles, etc. If you look at anything long enough, it just gets tiring.
Yeah, that's right.
And editing is a very long process,
Yeah.
and it's not days or hours, it's weeks and
Yeah,
months,
yeah.
and it's very slow progress. And then when you get near the end, you've seen everything too much, because and that's the kind of curse of the filmmaker almost. You can never really appreciate it at that time. Like maybe in a year after or 2 years after, when you've moved on and you've done other things, you can enjoy it. But
there is a moment where you do kind of feel this relief, because it is such an arduous process and there is such a kind of repetition to it. But it's just another part of filmmaking. You can't make a film without editing, and it is a great feeling when you do get to the end and you can just sort of put your feet up and sort of reflect on what you've done, and then it's that waiting to see how the public receive it. But I think first and foremost, it's about, are you happy? And I think if you're happy with it, I think then it's a true piece of art, and it's what you intended it to be. So you can't have any regrets. You just have to see where it takes you.